Hello, good morning, dear students. We hope all of you are keeping fine and doing well. Glad to see you all in this class also. And I sincerely thank you all for writing your homework and sending me the answers. Only some of the students have done, others also need to do that one. This is the revision class. Again, continuing with Act 4, that is Act, Act 4, Scene 1, test number. Today we will be learning test number 92, 125 characters present here: Shiloh, Duke, Antonio, Bassanio, Celerio, and Narisa. Now, location is a courtroom where the trial scene is taking place. In our previous class, if you remember, we have talked that Shiloh was so adamant in taking the penalty from our Antonio, and even Bassanio argued with him, Duke argued with him, Antonio himself pleaded with him, but he was not at all ready to pay attention to what they say. Thus here finally, as a helpless person, Duke simply asked Shiloh, "How shall thou hope for mercy rendering none?" How can you expect mercy from God or from others if you are not ready to show mercy to others? Then Shiloh counter argues, "What judgment shall I fear, doing no wrong? What judgment of God, what punishment of God shall I fear, having done no wrong? You have among you many a purchased slave among you." He is arguing with Duke now. "You have among you many a purchased slave, which like you, your asses and your dogs and mules, you use in abject and in slavish parts. You have so many slaves working in your house, and you treat them like dogs, you treat them like asses, mules, and so on." Abject means degrade and in a slavish parts, because you bought them. Why you are behaving like with these slaves in this manner? Because you say you have bought them. "Shall I say to you, let them be free? Please free. Shall I ask you to free them? Marry them to your heirs, your children. Please get their marriage with your sons and daughters. Why sweat they under burdens? Why are you forcing your slaves to work under heating sun? Let their beds be made as soft as yours. Let their let their bed be made as comfortable, as cozy as yours, and let their dinner plates be seasoned, be filled with such viands, such rich food." Viands means food. "You will answer, the slaves are ours, so do I answer you. The pound of flesh which I demand of them is dearly brought, very lovingly brought. It's mine, and I shall have it." If I ask you, our Shiloh is arguing with the Duke and tells that among you so many slaves are working, and you treat them like dogs, mules, and asses. Shall I ask them? You free them. Why are you making them to work under the heating sun? Or why they are not allowed to sleep in a comfortable bed? Or why you don't give them rich food? If I ask all these questions, automatically you will say those slaves are ours because we have purchased them, we have bought them. Same way, I am also saying that this 1 pound of flesh is so richly, so preciously brought, and I want this one. That is all. It's dearly brought, it's mine, and I will have it. If you deny me, fie upon your law. If you deny, what is the meaning of deny? Deny me. If you don't allow me, shame upon your law. There is no force in the degrees of Venice. There is no force in the decree of Venice, law of Venice, that you can alter me, change me from this demand. I stand for justice. Answer, shall I have it? Shall I get the justice? Duke, upon my power, I may dismiss this court. Upon my power, I am dismissing this court unless Bellario, a learned doctor, whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. So, seeing this crisis, Duke decides to adjourn the court, dismiss this court for a short while, unless Dr. Bellario, the highest law point of Venice, Dr. Bellario arrives here. Salerno. My lord, here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor. Now, new come from Padua. Now, Duke was about to dismiss the case. Our Salerno says that there's a messenger with a letter has come from Dr. Bellario. The Duke, bring us the letters. Call the messenger, please. Bring the letter and call the messenger. Duke, with my heart, some 3 or 4 of you, yes, good cheer, Antonio. So, our Duke asked Salerno to get the letter and bring the messenger. Now, Bassanio, good cheer, Antonio. What man courage? Now we hear our Antonio is already in a pitiable, helpless condition. Thus, seeing the disappointment of our Antonio, Bassanio says, come on man, be happy, nothing is going to happen to you. What man courage here? Thou, the Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all. Means before thou shalt lose for me 1 drop of blood. Even losing 1 drop of blood from you for my sake, I will give my flesh, my blood, my bone, everything to Shylock, and I will make you happy. And so be happy, Antonio. I am a tainted wither of the folk. Tainted means sick, wither, ram. W-E-T-H-E-R, wither of the folk, herd. Means I am the sick animal of the herd, meetest for death. Waiting, I am the sick animal which is waiting for its death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground. That is the nature. The weakest fruit, the fruit which is infected by insects and other kidas, they fall earlier than the normally ripening fruit. Drops earliest to the ground, and so let me also fall. You cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to live still and write my epitaph. So, let me die and Bassanio, and you continue to live so that you can write the epitaph of my life. What is epitaph? Epitaph is that the inscriptions on the tombstone, the writings on a tombstone, that is called. So, enter Nerissa dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Now remember those 2 ladies, Portia and Nerissa. Yes, Nerissa is like a lawyer's clerk. Do you come from Padua, from Bellario? Are you coming from Padua and also of course from Bellario? Nerissa, from both. That means, yes, I am coming from Padua and also from Dr. Bellario, my lord. Bellario greets your grace. Bellario, Dr. Bellario has sent his greetings to you. Presents a letter. Bassanio, why dost thou whet thy knife so earnestly? Now, meanwhile, Duke and Nerissa, they were talking. Our Bassanio saw our Shylock sharpening the knife like this, like Kasai meat sellers, they sharpen their knife. He's asking, why dost thou whet? That means that you sharpen thy knife so earnestly, Shylock, to cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt. Yes, I am sharpening my knife to cut the penalty from that bankrupt there. Who is that bankrupt? Antonio. Yes, Graciano. not on thy soul. That means not on thy soul, but you are cutting your soul. Remember, you are not going to cut the sole, S-O-L-E, that is sole of the shoe. Yes, but you are going to kill your own soul. Atma ki hatya. You are going to kill your own soul, not Atma ki hatya. Yes, harsh Jew, thou makest thy knife keen. You are sharpening your knife to kill your soul. That is S-O-U-L. And remember, you are not going to kill your soul, S-O-L-E. Yes, but no metal can, no, not the hangsman axe bear half the keenness of thy sharp envy. Not even hangsman, the executioner. Hangsman, earlier time there was a jallad in Hindi, So he used to execute the death of a criminal. So he says that even an executioner's or a hangsman axe is not so sharp as thy keenness envy. It means the wicked plan, the enmity. Can no prayers pierce thee? Can no prayers bring any change in your heart? Shiloh, no, none that thou hast wit enough to make. No prayers in the world can make me. But if you have a prayer that can bring more fun, then I may change. No, none that thou hast wit enough. No prayers can change me unless you find a new one. If you have a new prayer, sometimes I may change. Otherwise, no prayer in the world is going to change me or turn me from my decision to take 1 pound of flesh from Shiloh, from Antonio. Yes, that is Graciano's dialogue. We says that, oh, be thou damned inexcredible dog, you cruel dog. Even our Graciano calls him as a cruel, inexcredible, unkindest, one who cannot be insulted and cursed enough. Such a bad dog, and for thy life let justice be accused. For permitting, you are such a bad person, and law should be accused or questioned for permitting you to live, because you are such a dirty, ugly, bad person. Thou almost make me waver in my faith. Your life almost shaken my faith in God, shaken my faith in religion, shaken my faith in law, to hold opinion with Pythagoras. And I agree with the theory of Pythagoras. Who is this Pythagoras? Look at reference number 133, a Greek philosopher who believed that souls of men and animals appeared several times on the earth, assuming sometimes higher and sometimes lower forms of life. That was the theory of Pythagoras, the Greek philosopher who believed that souls of men and animals appeared several times on the earth, assuming sometimes higher form of birth or lower form of birth. Of course, in our Indian philosophy, we have got the theory of life, cycle of life, karma theory. Depending on the karma that we do in our life, we assume various forms of life. So, here our Graciano is almost believing or thinking in the same thought line of Pythagoras, that to hold opinion with Pythagoras, that souls of animals infuse themselves into the trunks of men. Souls of animals, they get inside the trunk, inside the body of humans. Thy courage spirit, courage means related to dog. Your spirit, you are like a dog governed by wolf. Your attitude is the attitude of a dog, and you are governed, means controlled, directed by a wolf who hanged for human slaughter. This wolf was hanged for human slaughter, and at that moment the soul of this wolf escaped and entered into the body of Shylock's mother when she was pregnant with our Shylock. And even thou gallows, yes, hanged for human slaughter. Even from the gallows did his fell soul fleet from their gallows, the death area, from that area where this wolf was about to be hanged, and from that gallows he has escaped. And whilst thou layest in thy unhallowed damned unholy mother, infused itself in thee, and in such a way this wolf entered into your mother's body, and she gave birth to you. For thy desires are wolfish. Your desire is wolfish, desire of a wolf, bloody, starved, and ravenous. Ravenous means hungry. You are hungry for human flesh, blood, and so on. Thus, you are just like a wolf. Yes. Now Shylock is saying that we stop there. A wolf's nature. So please remember 139. That is the test we have learned. So 140 onwards we will learn from tomorrow. Okay, dear students, hope you have understood the class. Now, it was just a revision class. Please remember, a revision class we have taken already. I have taught you all these things in the class. Still, it was a recapitalization of what we have already learned. Here, the first part of the class, we came to know that Shylock counter-argued with Duke, telling, why are you allowing your slaves to work so harshly in the field? Then finally he says that, yes, I want 1 pound of flesh because it has been purchased, bought very dearly, and I want it. So here our Duke became so helpless. So what he did, he was about to dismiss the case. That moment our Celerio informed that a messenger has come from Padua and also from Dr. Bellario, and as he was asked to come inside, Bassanio saw our Shylock sharpening the knife. Then he asked, why are you sharpening? So the knife. So even before that, some one point I just left that one. So seeing this condition, Bassanio became so unhappy, so disappointed. At that time, our Bassanio told, don't worry, man. Before you lose 1 drop of blood, I will give everything to Bassanio, including my flesh, my blood, my body, my bones, and I will save you. Then Antonio told, don't worry. I am the sickest. I am like an animal who is about to die, and it is the nature of the weakest fruit to fall down to the ground. Same way, I am also about to fall. Don't worry. You continue to live so that you can write an epitaph on my body. Then they saw our Shylock sharpening the knife, and immediately he asked, why are you sharpening? Then Graciano told, see, your attitude, your character is worse than the character of a person who is about to execute a criminal. Then our Shylock, Graciano again abuses our Shylock by considering himself like a wolf and arguing with him and cursing him, abusing him, even taking the name of his mother and even telling that you are like a wolf. So that is the place where we have stopped. So please write the summary of this class. This is your homework. Please write down the summary of this particular class in your own words, of 5 to 6 sentences. Then write a short note on Shylock's counter argument with Duke related to the slaves. Then last part again, make another short note how our Graciano abuses our Shylock, telling that he is just like a wolf. So make a note of these 3 points. Hope we have understood the class, and we will meet for the next class with test number 140 onwards in the revision. Have a nice day. Thank you.